Hi, Aurum here. Welcome back to Wuthering Waves version 2.7 part 2. As you can see here, it's happened again. You can see the video doesn't have voice. So yeah, I think I know the reason why now. This is the second time this happened. The last time happened when I record again scene. Basically when I accidentally click to stop recording, but then click start recording again before uh, the recording being processed. Basically while the recording being processed, I click the start accidentally again. So yeah, the voice is gone for this part, but I guess how long, it's almost an hour and a half I record. But let me, before we continue, I will actually just focus on what I remember. Why is happening again? Anyway, so the first thing first, we're talking about those thing, and I actually talk about what happened. A whole thing doesn't make sense in the part one, where I assume it was something like Infinite Tsukuyomi from Naruto thing. I talk about that. We actually find out why. So first thing first, we continue here. Look and see, we teleport to the location, and we start the story here. And if I remember, when I start the story, it said something replay from the beginning, or actually, wait a minute. Yeah, it say this option, replay, reset, and replay or continue exploration. I wonder if we can actually restart the whole thing. Wait, before we continue talking about this recording, let's go back to the actual game because the recording was wrong. What if we just, yes, you might continue from let's do this. If we can restart the whole thing at least. So currently, like you said, like you've seen, I am helping the Visalia family after the whole thing inside the capsule thing. Okay, this location is the same. Let's see. What if we reset and replay? I think that's the best one, but I already seen what happened. I guess I think we will start this again next time because it's almost 2 hours my recording if I remember. So let me check again. How do you check again? No, wrong button. Wait, I can go back to the recording area. I think we should able to, yeah. So this what I just want to tell you what it's almost 2 hours. See, 1 hour and 47. I think I will include this part in the recording of part two, but I will do it in the next day, I guess, because it's almost 2 hours and I don't have time to replay the story again. But yeah, I just gonna tell you this. I will include this video at the beginning of the whole part two. I guess you can see here. I did all of this. I will tell you what happened. All of this in the actual story, I guess. This happened again. I couldn't believe it. This happened the second time. Yep, this is the thing we did. I was thinking about something. I think I will just talk about it. We first see in Caligula and South, and we also know all of this. And this what happened. We met with Charlotte and Zanny here, and then yes, the fake Fenrico thing. I was know about this because Federico was doing something else. The game actually told you the blah 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 and this blah blah. That's Federico talking about whatever, but it was very obvious because we did the 2.5 story quest, and yes, it's inside the thing. We saw the history of the thing, and I mentioning this, yes, that the thing remind me of this thing from the event because it looks similar in a way, but yeah. So we also did that, and then this is the what the interactive thing, I guess, because you can put thing, and I talk a lot during this part about the whole something that I want to know more in Wuthering Waves story, the lore, because I feel like the lore need to be more shown, I guess, the world building, because the whole thing, I mean, you understand. I will talk about it later when I see this scene again. If if I actually able to go in, let's see first, and then this one we talk about this. We've been questioning about Avidius here, and we of course I can stop talking about Cristoforo this whole time. This whole Harbinger thing, I I assume, hopefully, it was actually Cristoforo. And then we go out. After we go out, we go to Visalia family, probably because Cartetia was there. That's why they need. Uh, I think this is actually the reason why the weekly boss has visually look like Frudalis. I think that's what's gonna happen here, but we don't know yet. And yes, when we're doing this fight, this is where I want to show about uh, why weekly boss look like Frudalis actually. It's because of this scene that I think Cartetia was in this location, and this is where I, yep, you can see I pause, I accidentally stopped the recording there. But yeah, first thing first, let's check if because if we assume this reset and replay actually didn't do what it said, then I will just continue exploration. Let's see. Ah, this is after actually. Never mind. I guess this will be part 3 then. Maybe I will include this in part 2, I guess. I will speak very fast. Okay, we skip this because we already seen this. Where are we? Okay, so here we are. Okay, before we close, like I said, I will just tell you a bit that I remember during the whole story in here. So, from the beginning, we talk about this. It's not important here, just reviewing about what happened in part 1, which will actually explain in here. Like, for example, the whole thing about why the event took really fast turn, like the whole thing with the nightmare, and then suddenly uh, the dark tide, not dark tide, the outburst, the Tasset is called outburst, while we was moving from Raguna City to Infer Tower, and the whole thing with Cartesia as well. We talk about that, and yeah, first thing, yeah, we do this, and then we this actually with the thing we, yeah, the quail bearer. I'll assume this is Cristoforo, obviously, and the whole thing. Why? I think they still doesn't explain actually why Avidius from the Tetrabon Temple come here. But I can assume that. I think I can assume that what happened with Avidius is, I guess he is looking for us. I think I said along the line that the capsule, the civilian capsule, require, or the Sentinel relic, I guess, is require the power of both Sentinel and Leviathan. And I guess Cristoforo, I said that Cristoforo know about what's gonna happen. This is what I think, by the way. Know what's gonna happen with Calvethia, so he requires someone else in order for the thing, the capsule, to be open. And that's why he create Aphidius. That's what I think. But a part of me think, why if Aphidius uh, born and yet someone like, for example, doesn't realize that this was not this. I mean, in her prophecy, that Aphidius was never not the right word. Why during the whole thing in 2.6? Why did doesn't realize that Aphidius is not really real? I guess I don't know if he's serious. Maybe the influence of Cristoforo is just so strong that it could affect Fate itself. I don't know. It's still the mystery to me. We're talking about Aphidius reason here, and also I already saying about the new location, probably located here, and the thing we saw in the loading screen is, I assume uh, that location, the one that keep brighter and brighter. The more story we actually follow through. And yes, this is where what is it? This is where Galbrena was talking about all this thing, where she actually helping us to coming out from this illusion. I guess that's the right word. And yep, this whole thing is very easy. And this is the first mention of Caligula, which is actually someone from Septimon Pass, as explained by Aphidius. We don't need, I don't need to explain this. Actually, it was in the scene. And yeah, this, oh, yep, recording problem. Yeah. This actually the thing that I realized. The game giving a lot of hint through our character, so the player, in case they misunderstand some stuff, I guess, I mean, understand this part, I already explained it, but I don't remember the exact word I use, like, when the story was told, to make sure they get the idea they were trying to say. And this is where we actually, yep, this actually happening. Basically, yeah, this why we're going to the vault, and we saw Johnny and Charlotta, right? And this we found out what we encounter. Yep, Galbrena, and also the fake Fenrico. And this actually, I commenting here that they keep focusing on her mole in her neck. That's very interesting. Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, this is also the scene. I don't understand why the girl kneel in front of Enrico and just standing, and why everyone just standing there watching while he doing stuff. That's funny, this scene. But yeah, anyway, let's continue on. This is, yep, this is when actually saw itself, and then we fight, and then the capsule was open, and of course this thing. Look at this. And I think I remember the fake Fenrico say something to a video, something about surfing or master or blah blah blah. Let's see the exact word here soon. Yep, I to capture that, and then videos there too. You have received the blessing of my master. The blessing of my master. Oh, I see. The master is probably Cristoforo, I believe, which proved the point that Aphidius. No, this thing. It's not true that Aphidius are part of the story made for this whole specific reason. Maybe more actually. We will see. But yeah, that's what happened inside. And then we talk all of this stuff about the Nasita story, the blog. Yeah, I already told you guys about this. And the Imperator message, the whole Nasita story. This is the lore. This actual question. I question something about the whole ship. I mean, the ship here look like, old. I mean, I don't know when this was happening, but if you look at Jingzhou, the ship they have is very futuristic, like a warship. I wonder why the different. I mean, they only separated by island. The technology more or less should be similar. I mean, I see hologram in the city, so that's mean this is the future. But the ship, technically, we don't know if the ship actually happened in really, really, really long, long time ago. I just assume it is just just to make sure. I mean, to make it make sense, I guess it should be happening long time ago. Anyway, let's move on. This is where, so this is basically what the Imperator said about the truth. This thing, the capsule is important because this showing the people that the Imperator tried to become, not to become, uh, try to assimilate, I guess that's the right word, itself with Leviathan to understand them, basically. So something like that. I don't really know the exact word actually. It say here somewhere. Assimilating with Leviathan because us in the past give Imperator a freedom of choice what he wanna do and not what it wanna do. I guess it is the better word. And Imperator chose to try to be as uh, not to be. He tried to not be a friend with Leviathan, more like to understand Leviathan, I guess, because both of them trying to unite this whole Renacita thing. In a sense, I don't remember the exact word. It say here, but it's really slow. If I just yes, to you give me freedom of choice, and because of that, I allow Trinity to exist. I chose yes, coexistence. That's the right word. Not assimilate, coexist. That's what Imperator said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he would understand and comprehend Leviathan. Exactly, that's the word. Anyway, that's the whole scene. And then after this, we're talking about the whole plan, which I already made a conclusion actually during the scene with Cartetia in Eiffel Tower. I assume, this is all planned by Cartetia or something. And they explain here actually, yeah, yeah, no, it's very easy to follow. I don't know if I actually talk about it in part one. Maybe I did. Let's see. I haven't uploaded the part one anyway. Yep, exactly. Is had to safeguard it here because of help of her power, Terrorian power, in order to eliminate their power, I guess. She need to do this. I think Galbrena and Katia talked about this stuff before, as they said here. I don't think they explicitly said that, but I assume that they did. Anyway, this I remember this. The Harbinger is probably Cristoforo again. I keep saying Cristoforo every single time. Possibly can. I possibly can. Uh-huh. But Leviathan stop counting me. Yeah. There's the, thought the reason why. Oops. Okay. Why did I close it? But yeah, this is the reason why I thought it was Avidius, the one who opened with you, because it's part of the plan. And then this reason that thing happened the way it is because of the script thing. Anyway, we're coming out from this location and we meet with Zani and Charlotta again, and we talk about separate the two. We will go to help Cantarella, and then they both and you have the vision about this. Yep, basically the whole thing I said before. And we flying and there. I mean, this part I will repeat this right now, I guess. Let's see, which is this part. But this video won't be long, I guess, because of all of this. Hello? Why Over didn't like they skip the talking, I guess. Basically, if I remember this part, that apparently Galbrena ability is my theory is that it's kind of similar to Rover because she can absorb Tasset Discord without using the gourd, and we also can do that. Well, not Tasset Discord, but the Echo without the gourd, which make her interesting. How did she do that? I guess we're gonna know more. I don't know if it's in the main story or it will be. I don't know if she has her own character quest, but we will see. Yes, this is the last thing we saw. Yep. This is the last thing on the recording. Sadly, no voice for the first 1 hour and 40 minutes. This is my problem when recording on the phone. Sometimes this actually I just click when fighting, usually when fighting, yes. Because the location of the record is on screen and it's blocking. You can accidentally basically push the button. Anyway, let's continue. Now I need to check out about my battery because of the recording. Technically it's been more than 2 hours. Hopefully it lasts longer. But yeah, I decided just to continue because I cannot replay the whole thing again. What's going on? What is that? I never seen this before. Corruption? This reminds me of Fenrico. I remember the mask. The mask kind of remind me of that thing. It kind of remind me of what behind Fenrico mask. Paradise. Okay. What about Karetia body? Trust me.
フィサリアはレビアタンとの関
Oh,
わり
I
が強
see.
すぎた。長年の深い恐怖が真っ先に呼び覚まされた。
Yeah, I remember that.
これこそ進化を遂げた黒潮の恐ろしいところだ。人類の絶望と悲鳴を糧とし、その
Tide
周波
spawn.
数を黒潮の造物に変化させ、実体を持たせる。名式による侵食が深くなければファミリーの薬で治せるだろう。だがすでに深い侵食を受けた者たちは決して逆転できない。彼らが完全な化け物になり下がる前に人として尊厳を保ったまま死なせてやった方がいい。
当主様、どうか私を。薬は他の者に。
フィサリアの当主、残酷な選択だとは分かっている。もし手を下せないのなら私が変わろう。
No, let me do
フィ
it.
サリアの血は
Yeah.
フィサリアの手によって終わらせるわ。
What? That doesn't look like. Huh?
ありがとう。
I guess the reason why that overgun so doesn't look like.
これ。
What is that? Jellyfish instead of gun. It is me or the design of Carterella clothing a bit different unless I forget how she looked like. The dress, I mean. It's a bit different. I don't remember. I don't know. I haven't seen her in a long time, so I
亡
guess.
き人は帰らないわ。生き残りし者は前を向かなくては。フィサリアは一人一人の存在をいつまでも覚え続ける。カルテジアは密室で保護しているけれど異常はなさそうよ。ファミリーの製造が突然私たちの脳
They after her body.
黒潮の造物が
Because the weekly boss, that's what I'm gonna tell you before, the weekly boss that.
あれはレビアタンの
So I think I haven't told you
何
in
らかの
because
存在のライフ
the
に
file
よって
corrupted.
呼び覚まされたようね。
Yeah, yeah. So basically, I saw the weekly boss before. I mean, it was obvious when I clicked the week. Suddenly, I saw it. They should make it question mark or something. So unless you click on it, and the message say, if you do this, you will be spoiled or something. But yeah, I hope for the future, they make the icon at least question mark before we did the quest. And it's only for people who click to go to fast forward to the location of the boss to fight them for weekly, then those people go spoiled because they chose to. I didn't choose to. I just click the boss. I do the other weekly boss for weekly quest. I mean, for the weekly thing, like 3 times a week. But accidentally, of course, it's so on the top of the screen, on the list. I mean, so how could I not see the Verdil's looking thing, which I assume that was actually, I don't know if its Leviathan took form of a Verdilus or Cartetia body was taken over Leviathan. Two possibility there. But since this thing happened right now, I guess it's the latter. I mean, that Cartetia body took over by Leviathan thing, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm sorry, it's actually 2 hours already into the recordings, so it's a bit late for me. I don't know how long I could talk this, but let's just move on for now.
アウィディウスか。急いで彼を見
Oh,
つけ
it
な
is
ければ。
okay. Aphidius, yes, yes.
あのセブンヒルズのグラディエーターね。 彼はディサレー海嶺の奥へ行った。
Yeah, but why? Is it because the whisper? Yes, finally, Phoebe. What are you? Where have you been?
支援に来ました。
How long have you been? Finally, you're on screen
ディサ
now.
レー海嶺がまさかこんなことに。市役所各員は付近に臨時信号灯を設置してください。期限の光で黒潮の造物の接近を阻止しましょう。
Finally, this still leave us with Kiakona. How will Kiakona showing up now? That's the second one. The third one is the people from Septimon. How they gonna show up? Augusta, and Lupa. And how did and how did Augusta know about That's actually a question for another thing. And since we know that Avidius actually come here on his own, not by the order of the Septimon, I guess. Maybe the whole Caligula thing is actually part that connect Rinasita and Septimon. We will see.
フィービー様、黒潮の造物の周波数が絶えずディサレー
Phoebe
海嶺の
sama,
深部へ集結してい
but
ま
in
す。
Japanese I call it Phoebe. Sama means something more than accolade, I believe.
漂白者アビディウスのことは
Yes.
私たちで対処する
Who
しかなさそう
is
だ。
Avidius? That's the biggest question I've been talking about.
私は共鳴能力でファミリーの飛躍を可能な限り広く巻きましょう。それで黒潮の周波数が少しは軽減できるはず。私たちは負傷者の治療を支援しなくては道は自祭たちが開きます。お願いです。どうかこの異変を食い止めてください。
The order doesn't mention what happened with Fenrico or something. Did they know about them?
祭司が権限するかどうかに関わらず、我々は皆祭司の意志の代行者として
Why
皆
nobody?
シータを守護します。
Maybe I need an explanation from the whole order about what happened to Fenrico. Did they know that? Did they not? But I guess not now. But I hope they did explain if the order know what happened with Fenrico or not, because that's important.
期限の光よ、どうかお守りください。最終の至高の戦士として戦い続けます。いつまでも志を共に。
Wait, what? Okay, that they can. Okay, so anyone can turn into Aqua. I see. I think.
自
Okay,
祭たちが
sure.
邪魔者を引きつ
I
け
thought
ている。急いで災いの源へ行くぞ。
Echo was the one thing. What? I never. Can we talk to? No, we cannot. Where's Phoebe?
行け。
Okay. Anyway, yes. So when we, like I said, this what I gonna show you before the recording briefly closed. But look at this. We saw this. Is this Leviathan took form of a virus or the other way around? But this should be question mark here. So when we click process, we only see we will know. So you people choose to fight the new weekly boss if they click the process. But if you went to this screen, it should have question mark. So for people who want to do the other boss, can just save without spoiling themselves with the picture. I guess I don't know if this is important. But I mean, it look like Verdelus. If someone else, I may send, but since it's look like Verdelus, it's kind of spoiling thing. What gonna happen? I guess, Can we skip this whole thing? And go straight to what is that? Huh? What is that over there? That's Federico again? Look like Federico again. Oh no, it's not Federico, it is Avidius. I forgot about him.
貴殿たちでしたか。
So who are you? And can anybody explain? At least Juno or Augusta.
申し訳ありません。まさかこのよ 無様な姿を晒すことになろうとは。
What happened to you, Ophidius? I know this is gonna happen. Actually, I keep saying during World 2, if someone would die, I believe it is Ophidius. That's what I saying during. I will check. I will ask. Yeah, basically, when Ophidius, not when I said blah 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 about Cartetia and bring her back to live, I said something like, "Oh, Cartetia will come back." I said, but I don't know about Ophidius. That's what I said. Because maybe in story-wise, they create Ophidius so that he could die for something as a scapegoat. But I mean, it is Cartetia. I think I already explained this when I explained the thing that, I mean, when I explained around the part of the video where the voice was gone. Anyway, yeah, so, yep, this is what happened. Yep, this exactly. So he saw exactly the same thing as I did, as the rover did. Wait. What? What? Okay. So Caligula was you. No. You was the one that was created by Cristoforo after the look of Caligula in the past. I see. I assume it's Cristoforo, by the way. It's not confirmed yet. Is Cristoforo doing? But I assume it is. Who else do you think can create story into reality beside Cristoforo? Especially the hint, probably the quail bearer. I already said this in quest, I guess, about Ophidius. Anyway, yeah. So this is not connected to how Augusta, and Lupa will be part of this whole quest. Then maybe, I don't know, maybe Septi won't help Renacita because Cartetia got possessed by Leviathan, and the power are so strong that the whole Septimon also feel it, I guess. We'll see.
レビオタンが黒潮の周波数を使って教王の記憶を彼に植え付けたのだろう。
Huh? Leviathan used the dark tide frequency to force those memory into him. Wait. But why did Caligula look exactly like him then? I still think it's Cristoforo. I don't know why. But maybe not. I don't know. So many things. Doesn't make sense. Why it like then? Why it look like? And since when did they did it? Since the beginning? And why you? Maybe because you are the descendant of Caligula himself. That's why you exactly look like him. But I mean, that's the only possible thing that I can think of. If it is actually Leviathan who did all of this and not Cristoforo. Yes. No one gets to who you are. Can you actually be safe? Let's see.
言いましたね。自分という存在について書き記し、定義すると、あの空間を離れて以降、私は黒潮の造物の動向を
Wait.
感知できるようになったのです。
So that means
奴らはディサレー海嶺へ向かっていました。
this could mean two things. The first,
私は何としても災いを阻止したかったのです。
in his mind, he think that the tide spawn was there, but instead he actually the one who makes sure that there's God there. Basically, his mind was being the illusion, something like that, corrupted by Leviathan, I guess.
しかし
Whoa,
不用意に混
the
沌
word
して
chaos
永遠なるか
again.
足を踏み入れてしまいました。
All this
その
memory.
フィサリアの古の記憶が私の到来によって予期せず呼び覚ま
They
された
actually
ので
never
す。
really explain the realm between the chaos.
数えきれないほどの化け物が
Ah, I
私のせい
see.
で続々と現れていき
Yep,
ました。
exactly what happened.
どうにか抑え込もうとしましたが、実力を過信していた私は
Every time I click
私の全ての
autoplay, it immediately skipped the scene one time. I don't like that. I don't know. They still didn't upgrade that. I mean, fix that thing.
どれもが誠の思いでした。なのになぜセブンヒルズもラグーナも原因は私にありました。
Now, if you think about it, the whole weekly boss, the feathers looking thing, is kinda look like it was corrupted as well, similar to Avidius. Visually, I mean.
カリグラの運命が私を呼んでいます。
So, is the Caligula thing only for this moment?
カリグラの記憶によって上書きされつつある。
これは運命が私に投げた運命が今日の冠を両手で捧げるのなら、それを拒む理由などありましょうか。
What?
私は運命を垣間見たものなのです。今こそ運命を皆に知らしめてみせましょう。
I still think the Quail Bearer is Cristoforo.
人々は運命を理解できません。故に私はやむを得ず運命を借り、
That's exactly the same thing as Fenrico, the same monster. I mean, the false sovereign.
我こそはただならぬ力を持ち、
Sure.
黒き波から誕生した
Scapegoat, scapegoat.
荒立つ暗流と波風を落ち着かせ、そして旧王の血をもって最上の栄光を体感するのだ。
I knew it. A scapegoat. Left over to it die anyway.
空白の者よ、我に憐れみをかけるなかれ。我は漆黒をもって汝の純白と相対せん。見届けよ、誰が王たる色を持つのか。
もしお前も彼を誉れ高きグラディエーターとして認めるのなら、戦いの中で本当の自分を思い出させてやる。
我は己が天命、そして万民の天命を定める。彼らの渇きを癒すことも、怒りに火を灯すことも意のままに。この虚偽と憎悪にまみれた世界を打ち砕き、不変の真理、死そのものを支配するのだ。
Did they create character Caligula just for this?
悪魔の登場だ。
I mean, not a video, the Caligula. We just discovered Caligula
被爆
in the same story as, I mean, a few hours ago, I guess, from this point. I almost dead.
構成が緩んできた。
This is different. Is this different than...
お前が持つ記憶と感情、
Oopsie, I'm
その
gonna
全
die.
てが偽りではないだろう。
Yes,
思い出せ、自分の真実を。
I'm actually gonna die. Can we die? I don't think we can. Scripted.
風よ、巻き起これ。
Okay, this is scripted, I guess.
そろそろ終わりの時間だ。
食い尽くしてやる。
存分に食らえ。
He's so bad. I'm so bad.
風が今波となる。聞いてみよう。行こう、嵐よ、俺に力を。
トライ。狙いを定め直す。
Oopsie. Is this new monster, by the way? I don't think I've
休む
seen,
つもりはない。
but visually he looked like the false sovereign.
この身に煉獄を。私の手で地獄の門を開く。
浄化しろ。
アビデウス、自分が誰なのか、どんな人間になりたいのか思い出せ。
私は人間です。
But the color changed to yellow.
ありません。これが最後の栄光。
Oh, okay, we don't really finish it.
アビデウス、自分が誰なのか、どんな人間になりたいのか思い出せ。
Augusta have this whisper last time. Interesting. Maybe they don't need to be our videos.
貴様らと
Could be anyone then.
同類ではない。きっと方法は残されているはず。
What is that? Oh, no one? Who is that?
あの少女も黒潮に飲まれここへ来たのか。
Is that Angel?
待つのです。それ以上進んでは黒潮に完全に飲まれてしまいます。
分かっている。黒潮は全てを飲み込みどうかする。
Maybe random people.
だが
Kinda look
逃
like
げられなけれ
Angel.
ば
No, that's Galbrena.
利用する。
The neck. That's the hint. Okay, so the reason why they're showing the neck because of. Okay, so you are Septimon people because the outfit and the neck. Okay, so that's Galbrena fast.
黒潮の力は今私の体内にある。なら利用した方がいい。この程度の力。
I wonder if Galbrena actually Angel then. I don't know, maybe because we never seen what happened to Angel. You know,
偽りの周波数は
is the name the one in Augusta Pass is the name actually Angel? I actually kinda forget.
もし私の言う
But if it is,
聞かない
maybe it's actually Galbrena.
思い知らせてやる。誰が主なのか。
Maybe not, I guess.
運命のような
Unless
う
Augusta
さいだけの無能を
saw what happened in the after this scene.
信じるものか。
Why are they showing this? This so yeah. Why the memory is specifically showing that exact moment? Very convenient if you think about it.
それでも運命が相手であろうとまだ何かできるはずです。
Ooh. Is she gonna be alive or something? Let's see. Oh, this actual cutscene finally.
私の物語で人々に
Ooh.
希望を与えるためこの槍に誓って我が盟友を守り全ての邪悪を打ち砕く。黒潮の造物は私が吸収します。私を殺せばラグーナは安全です。アビディウス、漂白者殿、もう時間が。
Okay, he gonna die.
ハンター、黒潮の中で私はあなたを理解しました。この力を託します。どうか願いを。私の
There's something about Resonator. Isn't Resonator supposed to be shown the Tasset mark?
お前の無念は私が受け取った。
Isn't this
これより
his Tasset mark?
共に奪い返そ
But
う。
it was hidden under the clothing. I don't understand that. Look at this. Where his Tasset mark? I wonder.
この哀れな人間
Say, Cristoforo.
まさか
Say,
最後に運命を超越
it's
する。
your fault,
し
Cristoforo.
かしなぜ恨みを持ち込むのでしょう。潮流の
Finally, you saw
運命の前では
yourself. I've been waiting for you
等しく役
this
者なの
whole
です。
time. Cristoforo, the Coil Bearer.
なんと心を打つ光景でしょう。哀れにも滅亡の運命を定められた人間がもがき苦しみながらも最後に運命を超越するとは。しかし残念ながらこれもまた脚本通り。この時をもって彼は退場となります。
Why you have this crash? Exactly. I thought this was your creation. I knew it. I knew it. I already told you about this. Too bad. The actual recording corrupted. But I think I said as much as I can about the videos at the beginning of this extra story, I guess, extra part after the corrupted recording until the beginning of this recording. Anyway, Quail Bearer. What? Is it the same book as
嘘も1000度繰り返せば真実となるでしょう。記憶、過去、経験、それらをうまくつなぎ合わせれば他人の認識を作る
that
こ
mean
と
our
も
videos
不可能で
never
はありま
exist
せ
in
ん。
the first place?
しかし彼は依然として真実からほど遠い存在。私は殻をこね、世を歩くに足る肉体を提供したに過
Thank
ぎ
you
ま
for
せん。
explaining what happened. We already know
最
this,
終的に形作ったのは彼自身なのです。
but still, the whole
嘘で
thing
塗り固め
in
られた存在
2.6,
が
that
無意味な
doesn't
命
make
に
sense
価値をつ
then.
けたいのならば、自らの存在意義を問いただし、痛みと苦しみを受け入れなくてはなりません。
Yeah, why did didn't really saw Cristoforo in her prophecy thing? I always talk about this during Yuno quest. I don't need to re-explain it again. Maybe this whole story is his creation.
重要なのは自分の作品の欲望と理想、心の闇と弱さを理解すること。登場人物を
But
徹底的
this
に解析
ability
する
of
行為
him
冷酷とは一概に言えないでしょう。
so powerful if you think about it. Ability to turn fiction into reality. Can he just create Leviathan then? If you think about it.
人は運命の煮えです。私は彼らに運命を見せ、渇望に火をつけ、自
Wait,
由意志
even
を誘
Enrico?
導したに過ぎません。
Wait, what? Which means the actually people that born, it just Cristoforo alter their fate. If that makes sense, I guess.
矛盾と葛藤、苦痛と悲劇を経て、初めて彼は真の超越と昇華を遂げ、ついに不朽の向こう側へ行くのです。
Why are you explaining all your thing now? I mean, of course it's for the player, but that's just a bit, weird.
冷酷ですか。褒め言葉として受け取っておくとします。少なくともそれだけこの物語があなたの哀れみと怒りを引き出した証。いいでしょう。あなたには大詰めの舞台に上がる資格を与えます。セブンヒルズへ向かうのです。終幕は間もなくセブンヒルズで上演され
Okay, so that's the new location come from.
私は黒潮をインクに
And where Augusta, Yuno, and Lupa become part of the story. And the rest of the people from Nasita will go to Septimon as well. If you think about the Avenger Assembly thing, if not, then I guess it's just us and Calbrena, which would be a problem. So remember I said something about in a recent impression that, I mean, at least so far it's not, I don't feel the thing that I saw in Renacita impression, which is most of the time, 90% of the time, it always been our character Rover and the banner character who become the interaction that happen 90% usually. This happen in Augusta, this happen in Yuno, and this also happen Lupa, I guess, and also Prolova. But so far in 2.7, there are multiple characters actually showing up, which I like. This part, the whole interaction thing, I like it. But let's see if the final act or the new area in Septimon, in the Atlas Plateau, will be only us and Galbrena. We hopefully not. Especially since Augusta, at least Augusta, Yuno, and Lupa should be there as well. If somehow the other cast from Raguna couldn't make it because they need to protect the location, I guess, but we will see. But then again, why did they appear here? It is because I still think this is because of Cartesia body. Maybe they already retrieve her body then at this point. We'll see.
目して運命の理不尽な毒矢を飲み込むのか、それとも身を挺して終わりの苦難に抗うのか、楽しみにしています。
Why did you explain your plan?
あなたの答えを。
I don't think you should. In reality, let just the world suddenly feeling the whole fate thing without them even ever knowing it. I mean, you did this before, the whole 2.4. But why now? Different approach. Beside the point, beside the reason, of course, the story says so, but I don't like the story says so. I want the actual reason from the character.
リナシータに数多くの災厄をもたらしておいて、このまま立ち去るつもりか。
What's that? Is that teleport?
私の舞台はここではありませんので、この一幕において
Sure,
私
sure.
はただの進行役。しかし、熱心なお二人にはもう一つだけヒントを差し上げましょう。木をてらうような芝居がかった皮肉は私の好む手法ではありません。文明の箱はすでに黒潮に染められております。その開封にはもはや名式の権能など不要。黒潮のつゆの一滴で十分なのです。
So why do you need the civilization capsule again? I thought it was because of the history of Rinascita. Is there because of the Imperator power still lie in there and you need the Imperator power to resurrect Leviathan or something like that? Is that the gem, by the way?
黒潮を素材にして虚構となった存在が現世の怒りタリウルトでも
How could an existent bone of terror ever surpass the anchor of reality? They mentioned the word anchor again for the third time now.
心に留めておくのです。黒き潮が引いたとき、波の下に隠された真相が次第に浮かび上がってくるでしょう。
What? Sure. Yeah, I don't understand what he mean. Wait a minute. The second question here, what do you mean by so Aphidius wasn't the Harbringer? What are you talking about, Rover? I thought it was obvious it was Cristoforo from the beginning. Okay, it was in the corrupted footage, I believe. I said this is something Rover said before as well. So the Harbinger is not you, Brena. Then who is the guy? What keeps saying that? It was very obvious. Maybe this is for the player who don't get the whole thing. I don't know. But I'm not gonna saying that. It doesn't make sense. What are you talking about, Rover?
黒潮の代行者とは、黒潮の造物がこの世に降臨するのに必要な怒りだ。実体を持つ存在でなければならない。
When I think during the corrupt video, I think the option was that something about so the Harbinger is in the Rasita, and I said, Cristoforo there, let's go. That's what I said. I remember. But yeah, it was already been on Cristoforo. Anyway.
黒潮の造物を吸収したとき、アビディウスの本質も確かに同じだったが。
Wait, so he is not a real people then? But why it's so Mia and also Ventico as well? I don't think they born from the dark tide unless they did. Wait, the dark tide can turn into human now? That's confusing. Are you maybe real? Anyone could be dark tide at this point.
なのに、インペラトルの輝きはなぜ元の姿を現さなかったんだ？
This is the thing. It's also in the corrupted footage. So when Galbena shoot her gun and then the beacon of light shining and the fake Fenrico turn into the last sovereign looking monster. That's the scene that Rover was talking about.
彼の願いと言葉は全て真実だった。たとえ
I
太陽ほ
see.
ど眩しくなくとも。
He's talking about Augusta.
光の下を歩けば、多少なりとも太陽の恩恵を受けるだろう。
But why did? Oh, maybe that's the reason why even Fate, I mean, even prophecy can tell if Aphidius was or maybe no, I'm not talking about the video. How about Christopher? Why did Christopher never happen in Septimon Prophecy? When the whole thing that happened in 2.4, I guess, happened in Septimon, especially it affecting the whole Septimon. That one is still weird. The whole storybook with Lupa thing, if you don't remember. Why our why is technically because Augusta don't have the power of prophecy. Yeah, why both of them at least didn't know anything when Septimon
そして
happened to be
闇の手
become
に
Sarona's
出せるくら
spear.
いなら死を選ぶ壮絶な覚悟。それらは彼が作り出した真実だった。
Right? If you think about it, why I think I already talked about this during Iono Quest. I don't need to talk about it again. Anyway, just continue. Yep, he's on truth.
もっとも、だからこそ彼は作者の思うツボにはまり、
Exact God, I exactly said the same thing as you, Argal Brenna.
願いを利用され、高等無形な運
Yeah,
命
yeah,
をたどる
exactly.
とは。
アビディウスはこんな運命を歩むべきじゃなかった。俺が彼の決意を受け継いで希望に満ちた物語を書く。
Hope. I remember
彼の
hope.
思いを引き継ぎ、待ち受けている大きな悲劇の発生を食い止めるぞ。
Don't tell me
ま
it's
ずは
only
カ
two
ン
of
タレラ
us
の
now.
元へ戻り、
Thank
負
you.
傷者の状況を確認しよう。代行者は他にいる。おそらく見落としている手がかりがあるはずだ。
Cristoforo is not. Is that what you mean? That Cristoforo is actually not the Harbinger? Okay, okay. Now I get it what you're trying to say. I see, I see. So there's a chance that Cristoforo is actually not the Harbinger. Then who it is then? I can't think of anyone. Maybe it's a new character.
全団装填完了。
I
いつ
don't
で
know.
も撃て。
There's no way Frolova become the Harbinger. I mean, unless. Let's just continue on. I thought Cristoforo was the Harbinger. I was wrong. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Then wasn't sure yet.
黒潮の造物をしのいだとは。リサレー海霊の状況も多少は好転したようだ。
Do you see this?
見たところ負傷者たちは教団によってアベラルド金庫に移されたのか。
Talk to the scared little girl.
残された人々の心にレビアタンが残した傷は
Yeah, sure, sure.
そう簡単に言えないだろうな。
Thank you for the exposition. But anyway, yeah, if it's not Cristoforo, then who is this? I'm very sure it was Cristoforo. Who else in Dragona City right now? I don't think it's a playable character, so I don't know. I don't think it's Kartetia either. There's no way it's Kartetia. Why you left the girl crying, Kartetia? I mean, Cantarella. You literally like there standing. Where Cantarella again? Since it's supposed to be standing.
カンタレラお姉ちゃんから聞いたよ。お兄ちゃんは物語のヒーローみたいに勇敢で強いんだって。
Yes, so? What is that? Are you Dark Tide? Time stop? What's going on? Where's Cantella? I thought she was standing over there. What?
けど、そんなお兄ちゃんでもみんなを
Okay.
救えるわけじゃないんだ。
What is this?
行くな。離れたり、別れたりして
This is the
は
thing.
ならん。
The weekly boss. The new weekly boss. I knew it. It was Leviathan. Well, I'm not. I have to 50-50. Either the one that her body turned into, I mean, possessed by Leviathan, or Leviathan turned into her, or something. Or maybe you are the Harbinger. Huh. What? Exactly, this is the thing. Yes, the weekly boss. What are you?
民には救済とつなぎが必要だ。
You're talking like Leviathan. What? You also here? Nani? This is the fake Fenrico, right? Why Mia also? What? What's going on?
義人よ、私のために
Open?
消化の扉を開くのだ。
Yes, speaking of that, what did Galberina doing in the dream with me in the first scene, the first thing we saw after we meet Bran and Rosia? Have we explained? Have Galberina explained to us? Maybe. No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, the scene was Galberina literally just walking, I mean, to us, and then I guess he waking us up from the illusion. That makes sense, I guess. Hopefully that's what this means. And the only thing that makes sense was she trying to waking us up from the illusion of the nightmare, I guess. Wait a minute, why are you suddenly talking with... Huh? Something's going... Okashi. Exactly, that's
お前
Leviathan.
が来るべきところではない。
And why am I walking toward here? Toward Cartetia question mark.
キメラ。
Okay, thank you for helping me again for the third time now. Maybe fourth time, I don't know. So many times. Okay, so those things are an illusion again. Okay,
少しは良くなったか。
interesting. I wonder Cartetia was and Cantarella was missing from the scene when we
落
was
ち着きなさい。
nearing the location. Hey, the girl is real. No, that's different. The color a bit different.
命令がわからないのかしら。
What?
下がるのよ。
What's going on? What did I did?
しかし当主様、私たちは見ました。あれは確かに。
まずは落ち着くのよ。これまでずっとささやきに乱されてこなかったでしょ。この程度の恐怖で盟友のよしみを忘れてしまうのかしら。
申し訳ありません、当主様。そして漂白者様も取り乱してしまいました。
レビアタンは心の弱みをつくのが得意よ。あなたたちは
But
持ち場に
so yeah, I don't think Leviathan is the
ここ
Harbinger
は私が対応する。
because I mean the point of Leviathan is source, not the Harbinger. So the Harbingers again, I still don't know. I thought it was Cristoforo. Maybe it's actually Rolova or Scar. The only thing I can think of is either three of them, one of the three of them. I don't think anybody can be the Harbinger of Leviathan. Yeah, what happened? Did I attack the girl or something? Why am I so weak? Mindly.
人々の何らかの感情と共鳴すると、温魂に扉が形成される。それがお前を再び幻へ引きずり込んだ。
Open a portal, huh?
あの扉はお前の存在を借り、現世で無差別に悪意と恐怖をまき散らしていた。しかし、完全に形成される前に、私が空間に侵入し、それを閉じたわけだ。
Wait. talk to Abi. Something happened with Abi or something? Yes, the whole reason we went to Rasita in the process was to understand Abi. I forgot about that.
フェンリコだけじゃない。ミアやカルテジャも見た。彼らは皆あの扉の中へ入っていった。
Huh.
あそこは一体何なんだ。
The new location.
レビアタンの作った神の国
Ah, so that's what
カ
Journey
レ
in
ード
Paradise
パラ
is.
ダイス
Thank you. Finally explaining that. I guess you should know about this.
アビディウスは見せかけに過ぎない。奴がセブンヒルズに数年前から仕込んでいたおとりだ。
When the water recede.
真相が浮かび上がってくるとはこういうことだったのか。
I see.
漂白者
What
お前こそ
the...
新たなる黒潮の対抗者だ。
What? Okay, that was unexpected. Oh, the soundtrack. What? I don't expect it at all. What? I was thinking of someone. Huh? I mean, let me think about this. When we went to Renacita City, the Nightmare, I think the Nightmare thing start. No, it's not in a way. Am I? Can you explain? I need explanation. It is what? This is part one, right? There's still continuation for this. Oh, it's become clear. What is that? Wow, there's something in the something coming from the crack and turn into the
カンタレラは屋敷に戻って飛躍を調合している。
uh-huh.
そろそろ時間のはずだ。彼女を探しに
Okay.
行こ
This is part 11. I mean, Arc 11. Let's see the title for Arc 11. Okay, the title for Arc 11 is actually the title of version 2.7. Don't break on dark tides. Well, since it's a new Rover. Well, since this is a new arc, we'll start this on part 3. But yeah, this whole time I thought the Harbringer was actually not actually was why can I leave? This look like why can I what? The map is not this is actually open world map. Wait, what? Temporarily available? How? This is new story. It should be open world again. Anyway, I will continue this later in part 3, I guess. But the thing we found out, I mean, I'm sorry because the recording was a bit not the recording, the original part. So this one is took an hour from the recording. So I guess the total should be 3 hours the total one for all this part 2. But anyway, yeah, I always thought it was Cristoforo. I guess it is actually us. That's the last thing I would think of. What? Okay, but then how? Is it actually me or Abby? There's still a chance it's actually not me. But if it's actually Abby, that's even more twist, I guess. I mean, the point we come to Resita, as I said before, was to find out about Abby in the first place. So it makes sense if, but then no. Besides that, yes, I already know that Avidius not gonna make it. If anything, he's the one who will die, not Cartetia. Obviously, they only introduced Avidius for this moment. I mean, not Avidius, I guess, Caligula for this moment, because we saw Avidius more, I guess, in 2.6, but Caligula mentioned by Avidius, and suddenly it's a thing that connect him to Caligula, and that's it. I don't think Caligula will ever be mentioned again. And I guess since we know that the next arc, I guess, took place at the bottom of, or the bottom and the lower south of Septimon, which means we will probably joining with Augusta and Iono, and hopefully Lupa this time. She's been disappear, I guess, especially in 2.6. I keep saying that anyway, yeah.
少しうたた寝を。
So why our Harbinger? That's a big... I mean, I still think maybe it's Habi, but yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. There's an answer that... There's a few things that got answered. And there's still a few things that I... Okay, speaking of Galbrena, by the way, those past the Galbrena thing, I said it. Is that Angel or is Angel a different person? You know, the person in Augusta flashback, I guess. Is that the name was Angel, right? Is that Galbrena? Maybe not. The similar model, you know, because that child version of Galbrena is actually the usual NPC for kid. But I guess from this we can assume that Galbrena are Septimon people. I don't know the word to call Septimon people. But no wonder Galbrena said, "Welcome back to." I mean, no, she said, "I come back to Renacita" or something at the end of Augusta part of the main quest last patch. Yeah, it says something Renacita, but when it said Renacita, the image, I mean, the thing in the background, in the foreground, I guess, or in the background, the thing she saw is the wall of Septimon. So I guess, yeah, she's from Septimon. But anyway, that's all I can say. Hopefully, and the recap in part 3. At the beginning of part 3, we'll mention all of this again. And I'm just sorry for the beginning of this recording, I guess, because of the, again, corrupted recording. Okay, that's enough, Cartesia. Anyway, now I know though the reason why same thing. This is the second time happening, the corrupted recording. The same thing that happened as in the first time was during when I record Genshin playthrough. I know now the reason why. Basically, if I have to guess, I don't think I'm gonna try it right now. I don't want to hit the corpo again. Basically, when I stop the recording that was stopped will be processed by the program, but then I immediately click start again while the video was being processed, and that caused corruption. This is not a real. It's not a good app. Then maybe I should install different app for this. I mean, I use the default recording app for the phone itself. Maybe I should. But the problem with other recording is they have ad. I don't like seeing ad. Maybe if I found the one without ad, I will try using that next. But for now, I hope it didn't happen again. Anyway, that's all for part 2 / half through, I guess. Part 2. See you in part 3, where we'll be starting a new arc 11, which is Dawnbreak on Dark Tide. Yeah. See you in part 3. Bye.